The new payments platform is here, but what does it mean to you? Hi, I'm Martin North, Principal Analyst at Digital Finance Analytics. The new payments platform finally went live. It was later than planned, but it is a major industry initiative to develop a new national infrastructure for fast, flexible, data-rich payments in Australia. The platform is a mixture of new processes for settling transactions between banks, guided by the Reserve Bank of Australia. The new payments platform, or MPP as we'll call it now, will make payments happen faster and will also change how you transfer money. Whilst the good old BSB and account numbers will still exist, individuals and businesses can create a Pay ID, which can be based on a mobile number or email address, both to pay and to be paid. So today we'll look at the history of the program and at who may benefit from its launch. The MPP reached a historic milestone in December 2014 when 12 banks committed funding for the build and operation of the platform. The founding members of MPP Australia Limited. Core members are ANZ, Australian Settlements Limited, Bendigo and Adelaide Bank, Citigroup, Commonwealth Bank, Cuscal, HSBC, Indue Limited, ING Direct, Macquarie Bank, National Australia Bank, the Reserve Bank of Australia and Westpac. MPP Australia also signed a 12-year contract with global provider of secure financial messaging services, Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication, or SWIFT, to design, build and operate the basic infrastructure. In October 2015, MPP Australia reached an agreement with BPay, which is the main bill provider in Australia, to deliver the first overlay service on the MPP once it's operational. The MPP is an open access infrastructure for Australian payments. The intention is that all ADIs will connect to the MPP either directly or indirectly through another member, so they can process a wide variety of fast, data-rich payments for their account holders. ADIs can choose to join the MPP at any point on its development and operation. Once the enabling infrastructure is launched, there is the prospect of additional value-added services or overlay services being offered. But not all banks have signed on for the new payments platform. Those taking a wait-and-see approach include the Bank of Queensland, Suncorp and Rubber Bank. Even some of the subsidiaries of one of the big four banks, Westpac, such as Bank of Melbourne and St George, will not be involved in the launch of the new payments platform. That said, Commonwealth Bank customers can sign up to the new payment method from next Tuesday, and their customers need to register a Pay ID through the banking app, which replaces the BSB and account number. All NAB customers will be able to set up a Pay ID and make payments within the month. Some customers from smaller players like Bendigo Bank will have access to the service within the next month. And members of Teachers Mutual Bank, Firefighters Mutual Bank and Unibank will be, theoretically at least, able to transfer money in real time between each other and customers of the Commonwealth Bank. ING is also in the available now camp. On the other hand, ANZ says the bank will launch a pilot with staff soon. Westpac says a small group of Westpac customers would be able to use the new technology first, after which it would be gradually extended to all Westpac customers. Later, MPP, they say, will reach the subsidiary banks like St George, Bank of Melbourne and Bank SA, but not for some time. Suncorp intends to join the MPP, and they're currently exploring options, but with no time frame, and Bankwest will be launching in the coming months. ME Bank is also in the latter camp. Down the track, we may see some additional value-added services where additional data is wrapped around the payment instruction. facilitate, for example, loyalty rewards, purchase information or other services. This is where the real innovation will come from, though some may argue that MPP is now outdated technology as blockchain alternatives begin to appear. But meantime, the immediate questions are potential take-up and fraud risks. The UK went through a similar journey via its Faster Payments initiative. In fact, although it was launched 10 years ago, Faster Payments has yet to become the most popular payment method in the UK. The UK experience shows that the new payment platform is likely to speed up transactions, but it took 2 years for Faster Payments in the UK to pass 500 million transactions, and it sped up to pass 5 billion transactions in just over 7 years. And in June 2017, Faster Payments processed 135.7 million payments, which was a 15% increase on the previous June. These payments amount to a total of £115 billion for that month. They lifted the Faster Payments cap to £250,000 in 2015. But the real problem with instant payments is the potential for fraud. Say you make a payment on NPP and find the receiver is not who you thought it was. With instant transfer of value, there is no way to recall the payment. Banks say that they are not liable for losses that are a result of you giving the wrong account information. Furthermore, a transfer instruction given by you, once accepted by your bank, is irrevocable. But this still applies if you were fraudulently induced to make a transfer via the new payments platform. In this case, your bank might be able to help you recover the funds, but the recipient of the funds, potentially a fraudster, will have to consent to repay your funds. So, if you have a dispute with a recipient of your funds transfer, you will need to resolve the dispute directly with that person or organisation under the new scheme. According to the Managing Director of the UK Payment System Regulator, there is no silver bullet for authorised push payment scams, and some people will still unfortunately lose out. They added that account holders also need to take an appropriate level of care in protecting themselves. So we wonder whether concerns about the potential for real-time fraud, given the current reputational issues that the banks are dealing with, and something which might concern banks' risk management teams, will this slow their appetite to offer services on the MPP? And there are a few other questions also that spring to mind. The banks have considerable investments in the current bilateral systems and processes. Will they need to write these investments down as they migrate to the new platform? And could this slow the migration? And whilst the establishment of a centralised payments, which is relatively simple, it's been done elsewhere, the real challenge is to retrofit the current bank's systems and processes into the new world. It's well known that some banks have problematic infrastructure, and as a result, any migration will be complex and expensive. Banks with batch processing will have issues fitting into a real-time 24/7 world and may need to create shadow real-time proxies, such as are used for internet banking. And will the current members put barriers in the way, which means that the new payments infrastructure will be inaccessible by new players and innovators? Will new competitors be locked out? Finally, will MPP be out-evolved by other emerging blockchain-based payment alternatives? It could just be that MPP is now too little, too late. We will see. If you found this useful, do like the post, add a comment, and chat back next time. I'm Martin North, Principal at Digital Finance Analytics. Many thanks for taking the time to watch.